Welcome to week 9 of Advanced JavaScript. For this week, the main topic that we're going to use is arrays and array methods inside of JavaScript. And we're specifically focusing on map, reduce, and filter, and how those can be used to manipulate the data that you're going to be working with in JavaScript. So under the week 9 folder, there's a read section, and there's a couple of websites that we're going to look at regarding map, reduce, filter. And then you'll also additionally see this spread operator. Where the spread operator comes into play is if I'm querying the HTML DOM. So for instance, I'm selecting all of the list items from my DOM. In order to use the array methods on that result set that comes back from query selector all, I have to convert that result set. It actually comes back as a node list. I have to convert that result set over to an array, and that's the primary use case that I have for using the spread operator. There are other use cases, but that's the primary use case that I see again and again. Okay, so map, reduce, filter, and then you'll also see the spread and rest operators a little bit too. So we have the read section. There's a couple of videos that I'm going to have you look at. So the map, reduce, filter video and spread and rest operators. The map, reduce, filter is more coding intensive, and then spread and rest operators are more basically how do I convert from one data structure over to another, or how do I pass in a collection of values into a function, and I may have an indeterminate amount. How do I convert those over to an array? And then lastly, in week 9, this gets back to more of a traditional week where we have a lab, which is going to be due on the 31st, so lab 7, the description's attached. And then we'll also have the week 9 check-in, which is also due on the 31st. So that's kind of what we're looking at for week 9. And otherwise, one follow-up to the class, the midterm exam has been graded, and if you're looking for those grades, you'll go into My Grades. You should see a score for your midterm exam, and then if you click on that score, you will see feedback for your midterm exam. I will say that for the short answer questions, the way they're graded is you either received 5 out of 5 because you completed the question 100% correctly, or you met all the criteria and you got 5 out of 5. Alternatively, you might have had a coding error or a syntax error or a problem with your code. You might have lost points, and you should see feedback. If you click on that exam score, you should see feedback why you lost points. And then the one last scenario is if you didn't answer it at all, I gave you a 0 on the question, and if you have further questions about that midterm exam question, then you should follow up with me individually. Okay, so you should be able to see those midterm exam grade scores in the Blackboard Grade Center. Okay, so that's it for week 9. I keep wanting to say week 7 as I'm seeing lab 7, but we are in week 9, and so that's it for week 9, and see you next week.